What's going on, people? What's happening? What's happening? How we doing? How we doing? It's a Friday. It's a Friday all day. All day. Man, I hope everybody has had a good week. Tomorrow's Saturday. Some of you going to be off. Some of you may not. Some of you going to be at work. But anyway, at least it wasn't cold. I mean, freezing. Well, I'm cold all the time. Today, and got out and ran my dog for a little bit. That's always fun. But hey, again, how we doing? Man, has it been a crazy? It's been crazy, man. It has been crazy. All the stuff that's been dropping here in this place we call Minnesota. All the stuff that's been dropping in this place we call Minnesota. Unbelievable, the mindset of the people that we put in office. It is, I mean, you can't, half the stuff that's going on, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. You sit there and go, seriously, sit there and you go, did that really honestly happen? Are they actually doing what I think they're doing? And then you just got to sit back and go, wow, this is crazy. It's crazy where we're at right now. You just sit there and go, if we hadn't seen it before, which we have, and I know a lot of people sit there and go, well, this has never happened. Yes, it has. What we don't do, again, I'll say it again. If you go to your Bible, trust me when I say this. If you go to your Bible and just read your Bible, everything that is going on right now, the Bible had already foretold this. Already. So if you're reading your Bible, you're not going to be too shocked. For those who don't read their Bible, they're going to be shocked, going, I had never in my life thought that something like this can happen. Yeah. What we're seeing and what's going on as we speak has already happened. God warned us, told us, if you do this, if you do this, all this stuff wouldn't be happening. But here's the problem. We didn't listen to him. Here's the problem. We didn't just do this. That's why we're in the situation that we're in now. Because we decided that we're not going to listen to him. We decided that the things that he said, the things that we're supposed to learn and learn from were not important. And look at where we're at. You got those who want to be completely over-religious. No, you can be. Trust me when I say that. No, trust me when I say that. And then you got those who don't want to be religious at all. Have nothing to do with religion. Period. Right? So you got the ones, check it out. You got the ones who don't want to have anything to do with religion. Those are the ones that are running around and tell you that a woman really isn't a woman. She's whatever we say she is. Right? I mean, flat out. Those are facts, people. So y'all can get mad at me tonight. I've already been called homophobic this week. I was called something else. I forgot the other name. They had another name for me this week because of some of the things that I was saying. I don't care. That's what people don't understand. I could care less what you call me. I don't care. It doesn't bother me anymore. I laugh at people when they come on my page to troll me. I laugh because they're funny. Because I know how this thing works now. They don't call you names because you're supposed to believe what they're calling you. They call you and they say things about you to shut you up. If I call him names, that's going to shut him up. He's if I call him this name, if I call him homophobic, he's never going to mention anything about women or men in women's prison, or a man putting on lipstick and a makeup and a dress and call him. He's never going to use a damn lie. Y'all, I told y'all, I don't care what these nuts say or call. Y'all not going to shut me up. It's never going to happen. It's the same thing with some of the Republican people. Dude said the other day, I understand why you're not on Garage Logic anymore. I'm not on Garage Logic because they don't want the truth. Those are facts, people. That is a flat out fact. But did that shut me up? No. I got my own little thing now. Now I can say whatever I want. I don't have anyone holding my hands. Oh, well, you shouldn't have Rev on your show. And then the people who running the show going, oh my God, if we have him on again, we're going to lose money. We're going to lose listeners because he's telling the truth. Joe Shushare said something today, and I'm listening to it, and I'm going, dude, I said that. I said that. Oh, my God. What's happening, John? 1978. What's up with you, brother? What's up with you? So that's what I tell people. If you don't want the truth, don't come on my page and leave me alone, because I'm not bothering anybody. I don't bother nobody. You don't see me on no one's page, account, or anything, going back and forth with them, fighting with them. I don't do that. I put out what I put out. And here's the problem. Here's the funny part always about these people. They don't never prove me wrong in what I'm saying. What they do is they come on my page and call me names. Just like the people who say these radio personality people shouldn't have me on anymore. Why shouldn't they have me on anymore? You never hear that part, right? You never hear them say why they should not have me on. I'm going to tell you why they don't want me on. Because there are certain people who just don't want the truth, don't like the truth, period, point blank. That is the problem. And these coward radio personality people, they have to go along with what these cowards call in and say, or put on comments on their get up. But they don't want the truth. They don't want to give you the truth because they don't feel that you guys can handle the truth. Period. Those are the facts, people. They look at you and go, well, we don't want to give them all the truth. Let's just give them enough. And then that's it. And that's what they do. He said, haters will hate Rev. Oh, I know, brother. I know. But everything that's been going on here lately, it's open. If you open and read your Bible, you're going to find something in there. And you're going to go, hey, that's happening right now. Hey, God warned us about that. Hey, we should be on the side of the Lord instead on the side of Satan. Because when you have people in our legislative body literally trying to protect pedophiles. We got a problem. No, there is a problem. When you got people that sits here and say to you, when you ask them a simple question, when you ask them, what is a woman? And they sit there and act like they can't answer that simple question. When God put man to sleep, and he said, I'm going to take one of your ribs, and I'm going to make you a helpmate, a woman, the only one that could have and produce a baby. For 9 months, a human is in her body. Period. Not no dude who was born a woman. Hold on now. A dude who was born a woman that decided that I want to be a dude, but still do the things that I can do as a woman. That's not a man. That's a woman. Period. Some woman who decides that I'm going to cut off my breast, but I'm still going to, that's a woman. Period. No, I don't care what you say. I don't care how you put it. I don't care how you try to put it. Stop it. The God that I serve put man asleep, used a rib from the man to make the woman to be his helpmate, to make the woman to help plenish the earth of people. A woman, a man is to lay with his wife. They are to produce. That is what God said. Prove me wrong at anything I just said right now. Prove me. I'll put you. Only thing you have to do is just hit me up and say, Rev, I want to debate you on what you just said. I would be more than happy to have this come, but you won't do it. What you'll do is you'll come on my page and you'll call me names. But you won't come sit next to me and have this conversation. I bet you won't, because you know as well as I do that I'm right in what I just said. I don't back down. When it comes to God, I don't back down for nobody. It ain't happening. Call me what you want. But when you're done, let's have the conversation. The problem is you don't ever, in nothing, y'all don't ever want to have the conversation. Nothing. You're not going to sit here and try to make me believe that we need to have places downtown where Steve and Steve can go play with each other's swords. You're not going to get me to believe that. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work with me. You want to do that type of crap? Stay at home. Invite people to your house. Invite people to your house. Go do what you're doing now. All these hotel rooms that you guys are on. You have your little sex parties. Do it there. You don't need to do it down. You don't need places downtown to do that. We've given you a damn whole parade that y'all can parade around with yourselves hanging out. That you got to push that. I said when I left the sorry Democratic Party, I left the Democratic Party because Barack Obama lied to us. Yes, he did. He lied. He lied. That sniveling liar. When he sat there and said, I have evolved. That was a lie. And that's when I knew I was done. I was done with the Democratic Party, because I knew right then and there that they were going to go far beyond. Now, if Steve and Steve want, like I said, I've had sit down with gay men. I've had sit down with gay women. I've had sit down with dudes who think they're this and that. So I'm not talking just off the top of my head. I'm not going to talk about something and I haven't done any research. I'm not going to talk about something that I haven't talked to people who feel this way or see things this way. But I knew the minute Barack Obama gave in to marriage, the word marriage, what my wife and myself is, when God put man and woman together and told them to go, that was marriage. Period. Now I told y'all, the minute Barack Obama gave in to that crap, that they was going to push the limits. Told you that. And here in the state of Minnesota, here we are, got men calling themselves women in women's prison. We got these little boys who can't cope in boys' sports taking over little girls' sports. No, man, I will never, there will never be a time, ever, hate me if you want to, ever be a time that I'm going to give in to that. I'm just not going to do it. Now, if you want to, that's fine. I'm not bothering you. I don't go on somebody else's page and voice my opinion of what somebody should and should not do. I don't do that. I put it on mine. If you don't like it, here's my thing. What I do. Sometimes I read people's something on their page, but I just go on about my business. Okay, that's your mindset. That's your thought. I'm not going to mess with you. I'm good. But I tend to trigger the worst of the worst because of what I say. Because the way I see it, the way I believe, the way I think. And that's the thing. Watch this. I'm not like some of these radio personalities, some of these podcasters. I don't tell you how to think. You don't have to. You believe what you want to believe. You stay in the bubble that you're in, and that's cool with me. I don't care. That's fine. But there's no need for bathhouses. There is no need. Period, point blank. There's nobody that's going to sit there and make me believe that two men need to be in a hot tub. They need a bathhouse just to get in a damn hot tub. Put a hot tub in your backyard. But we don't need this crap. Get out of here with that. There's too many things. There's too many things that's going on right now downtown that the city council need to be worried about. You got gangs have taken over the streets. What? And then, hold on. So we got gangs taking over the streets, but the city council can't give a thumbs up to the police chief. But we need bathhouses. We've got 2 hospitals now could close. And this is where black folks ain't got no damn sense. This is why I say we're going to be the death of us, black folks. we're going to be the death. Forget they run around talking about, oh my God, but the white supremacists. No, it ain't white supremacists. It's black Negroes not doing their damn job of doing what they're supposed to be doing. Watch this. 2 hospitals. You got North Memorial, Black Hospital. You got HCMC. You can pretty much call that a black hospital too, because when black people shoot each other, that's where they go. Almost about to close. You don't hear not one of these here low down, dirty, skiveling black preachers, and that's who got us in trouble in the black community. Y'all let these black preachers sit on the sideline, ain't said nothing. You let these black preachers sit on the sideline, put money in their pocket. They ain't said nothing. Nothing. But I'm gonna get on them later on. Let me finish this one up. The Minneapolis City Council are a bunch of activists and socialists. I told y'all years ago, when we got Philip Cunningham, if y'all remember him, he was a girl who tried to be a dude, right? No, that's what he was. Let's be real about the situation. When we fought and got him off of because he was an activist. That's all he was. He wasn't nothing. He was nothing but an activist. And when I fought and I put a coalition together to get him off of that, that's when I was like, okay, we know what these activists do. Don't vote him in no more. I thought we was good. But oh no. You voted that Severs, whatever his name is, you vote that nut in. You already had Jason, that crazy fool, that goofy numbnut. You already had him on there. Listen, people. Minneapolis is about to turn into one of the worst places you're ever going to want to think about. The business are leaving. The bars can't even. I'm shocked. If I was the Twins, if I was the Timberwolves, and I was the Vikings, I would all three of us get together. And I would go, where can we build a city like they have in Dallas? I don't know if you guys ever been down to Dallas, where Jerry Jones has basically a city away from the city. You put all three of those stadiums like on 35W, and you just build bars and restaurants and all that stuff around that. You know how awesome that would be? And then nobody would have to go downtown. Nobody would have to go downtown to ever. You never have to go down there and deal with them people. And then you let them do what they want. You let them run Minneapolis as far into the ground as they possibly want. But everything that we want to do, go to the bars, go to places you can sit down and eat. Don't you know North Minneapolis, the blackest spot in the state of Minnesota, do not have a sit-down restaurant? Let me say that again. There's no place in North Minneapolis you can go and have a sit-down. A nice restaurant. There's no Applebee's. There's nothing like that. That's in North Minneapolis. They used to have a place in Brooklyn Park, but they had to close that down because Negroes wasn't doing right. That wasn't white supremacy that chased Walmart out of there, Cub out of there, all the restaurants out of there. That wasn't white supremacy. That was Negroes being stupid and ignorant. Downtown Minneapolis is beginning to turn into the same thing. The same thing. And I'm waiting until the base, all those rich people that live over there on North Loop, All them rich people that got all the money. I'm waiting until Minneapolis finally get into their pockets. And they're going to. You watch. Because Minneapolis can't keep doing what they're doing right now. They're going to be getting into the rich people's pocket, and we're going to see what they have to say. All them rich people that live over in the North Loop. We'll see what happens there. But we can't keep doing this, people, and expect things to happen. And if y'all think, and this is what cracks me up. This is what cracks me up about a lot of people. Because if y'all think that the Republican Party is going to swoop in to save the day, you are out your damn mind. They can't even. It's just not going to happen. They can't even keep themselves upright, doing right. They have zero legislative power or thought about Minnesota. Only thing they know is a little bitty area. That's it. But they think they know Minnesota. They don't, people. So, no, the Republican, well, you need to stop voting Democrat and vote Republican. For what? No, seriously, for what? I hear that all the time. But you know what? It's funny. Nobody ever says why. I never get a why. You just say it just to say it. Shut up. No, seriously, stop it. Stop it. Republicans put together some fraud task force, patriot, whatever crap. That's what cracks me up about it. They always got to put patriot in everything. Republicans is so far from being patriots, it's not even funny. I don't even hear that crap. No damn patriots. They say that crap because they think that gets their base all fired up. Their base is not even patriots. They're not. If their base was patriots, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in now. Period, point blank. So they're not winning. You waiting to November roll around. Y'all think I'm joking. But I want you guys to mark this video down. Because I'm going to play this over and over and over come November. If y'all don't realize, and that's the thing, because you're not on the ground, because you don't see it, you don't hear it, you're not talking, people are not talking, things are not talking, you don't understand what's going on. If y'all think what the Republican Party did, I'm telling you, they messed up. They messed up big time. Watch this here. If I'm a Republican, I'm running for office here in Minnesota. You know what I'm not going to be doing right now? I'm not going to be talking about anything that the Democrats are doing. I wouldn't say one word. You know what I would do? I would talk about what I see and how I'm going to get Minnesota up and going, how I'm going to try to make sure everybody in the state of Minnesota gets a piece of the pie. That's what I would be pushing. I would say, I want to make sure that your black kids are reading. I want to make sure that your white kids are reading. I would say, I want to make sure your Latino kids are reading. I want to make sure that I fight to bring jobs here. People who don't have jobs, and for people who feel like their jobs have been taken by the immigrants. I want to get you in school. I want to get this done. I want to make sure. Those are the things that I would be saying if I was a Republican. But the Republicans ain't got no damn sense, right? You know what they're running around here for right now? You know the big fight here in Minnesota? All this stuff that's going on, you know what the Republicans are worried about? A damn flag. Idiots. This is why I keep telling y'all. You wonder why the Democrats get to do the screwed up things here in this state. It's because you got a bunch of idiots on the other side. everything that's going on right now. You got drugs just knocking school kids out. Tackle the drug problem. Find out. Go into it. Really, really look into it. Help these people. You got these white people running around here scared that their kid's going to get shot up in school. You know what I would do? I would harden the schools. I would put security to where when you press a button, every door in that school locks down. Every door that you can't even get into a door. I put in safe rooms. I would do something so these white liberal moms their heart is not dropping every time that their kid walks out the door of some knucklehead that's going to go shoot the school up. Those are the type things that the Republican Party needs to be talking about. But they won't do that. You know what they're talking about? Some damn flag. Forget the flags, you idiots. There are white kids and black kids. Girls under the age of 17 getting pregnant and need nutrition, need care, need things. One of them women up there, hello? If I was a Republican, knowing I need votes out of Hennepin County, I would go in and say, you know what? I care about your kids, and I care about these guns in your community. When is the last time you heard a Republican say, I care about black kids shooting each other? You don't. When is the last time you heard about a Republican say, I care about people from outside of your community coming in, buying drugs, putting money into your 16, 17? When is the last time? You don't. So I keep telling y'all, we got nobody, man. We got nobody on the Republican side, and we got nobody on the Democrat side. And what I mean by we, I'm not talking just black people. I'm talking about the middle class people. I'm talking poor people. We. Whether you black, white, Indian, Puerto Rican, Spanish, I don't care what you are. We don't have no, you think you do. These parties make you believe that they're behind you 110%. The Latinos swore up and down that Trump loved them to death. And look at what he did to the Latino community here in the state of Minnesota. That community still isn't back to normal. We don't have nobody. And I've been screaming over and over and over, we the people. Thank you very much, Chaz. I please appreciate you, man. We the people. And until we finally do that, like I said, if you want to, listen, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to make myself as clear as day. And if you don't believe me, go and read Jonah. Understand why Jonah had to go to Nineveh. I'm just trying to make y'all understand something, because exactly what you're seeing today is what I've been preaching to you for I don't know how long. Understand why Jonah had to go to Nineveh. And when Jonah went to Nineveh, and when everybody, see, nothing is going to change until, just like Chaz says, we the people, nothing's going to change. But you got to read Jonah, people. Listen to me. And when Jonah went down there and he told the people that you can't be having sex shops, when he told the people that women are women, when he told the people you can't be putting men in women's spaces, when he told the people stop doing drugs, when he told the people stop killing everybody, when he told the people your pedophiles have to go, And when all of those people understood what Jonah was saying, look at what happened. Read Jonah. People, read Jonah and understand what happened in Nineveh. And until we turn into the people of Nineveh, it's only going to get worse. I'm telling you, if y'all think Minneapolis is going to get any better with the turds that they have on that city council, and it's only going to get worse because the Democratic Socialists have people in the back ready to run in these seats like you would not believe. These people sat back and played the liberal Democrats. Yes, they did. Liz Collins had some white Democrat on her show, which shocked me. Because I thought I would never see something like that on Alpha News, a Democrat. But only reason they had her on there because she was on there bitching about the socialists that she herself let walk in the front door. That's what cracked me up about. I listened to that interview and I'm cracking up because she is one of the ones that let the socialists walk in the front door, and the socialists are doing what they're doing right now. Look at Duluth. They've taken over Duluth. They're going after St. Cloud right now, just like they're going after Minneapolis. And I guarantee you Rochester is going to be next. Yo, listen to me. I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down. But that's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's happening, people. And if we don't get smart enough, and I know people somehow, well, you helped get Mayor Fry and what you did with all the black churches and all, you damn right. If Mayor Fry, if we hadn't got, not saying Mayor Fry was the best thing ever. I never said that. But lo and behold, I wasn't given the keys to the city to that. No, man. It'd have been out your mind. We would have been done for. We'd have been done for. Done for. Chaz said they won't understand until it's too late. But that's the problem, Chaz. They always wait till it's too late. No matter what somebody say to these people, they always wait till it's too late. Just like I said, just like the white woman that was on Liz Collins' thing, the white Democrat, liberal Democrat, bitching and moaning because of what happened. It's her fault. She did this. They put these people in place. They're the ones that made sure that they had BIPOC and all this other type of, they wanted to make sure that they put everybody with my skin color together. So therefore, when everything comes in, they did that. White women, white liberals did that, period. Now they want to run around and bitch and moan because the socialists are taking over, because the socialists are making the rules now. And they see the writing on the wall, and it's too damn late now. It's too late. It's too late. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we sit back and go, oh, well, who was there to stop it? Just like all the fraud that's going on. Man, I wish somebody did give me $5 million so I can just disappear. Dude disappeared. He what $11 million and they got him for $11 million, and then this judge let this dude off, knowing that dude can just go jump on a plane and be gone. And now he's sitting over in wherever, and I'm sure some of that money is over there in the Cayman Islands. Dude's gonna be living good. Yeah, there you go, Jad. Them liberals who thought they owned everything, them liberals who thought they knew everything, them liberals who decided that they're going to be in power, let them in the front door, And then they got kicked out of the back door. And then she goes on the Liz Collins show with Alpha News and bitch and moan about it. She did it herself. And that's why I say Liz Collins ain't no damn journalist, because she couldn't even I'm sitting there going, I'm listening to this interview, and I'm going, well, Liz, ask her this. Liz, ask her this. Liz, ask her this. When you don't know yourself, you can't ask those questions. This is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all listen to the wrong people. Liz could have easily said, well, how did the socialists take over? How did the socialists get in? What did you do? What was your part in this? Didn't hear any of that, because she don't know. She don't know. She don't know. Did you say the F word? Oh, did I? I don't remember. Not tonight, not yet. I haven't said it yet. But old boy left Minnesota. Judge let him go. You should have known these people. This is another thing that I'm talking about when it comes to these liberals. They don't know that. They don't realize who these people are. They don't understand who these people are. They haven't studied these people. How can you take somebody that's from a dude said to me, dude says to me, why can't these people just come here and be part of Minnesota like everybody else? And I said, well, they didn't get beat into submission, because the new word the Republicans always use in this is called assimilate. Assimilation. Why can't these Somalis assimilate? Well, nobody beat it into them. Oh, fraud. Yeah, I did say fraud. He said, why? Because nobody beat it into them, So they're going to come here and be who they are. How are you going to take some people from where these people came from, bring them over to Minnesota, and expect these people just to completely forget who they are, what type of people they are, and the whole nine, and then they're going. Well, y'all learning that's just not how it works at all. At all. An old boy left here with a lot of damn money. That's how they work. That's how the so I got a question to answer. But I want to do it this way here. Who sent me? Oh, Chad sent me this. Some transgendered guy looks like he beat up a pregnant woman. See, I'm just saying, y'all can, like I said, y'all can get mad at me if you want to about this type of stuff. And that's fine. And if I'm the only one on top of the hill and people go, is that the hill you're going to die on? It is. It is. A dude is a dude. A woman is a woman. A dude can't have babies. Let's make it simple. Cut it off or not, a dude has a dick. How's that? Cut it off or not. You can get, even if you cut it off, you had a dick at one time. You was born with a dick. So let's make sure we understand. Let's make sure we gonna cut A guy, when he's born, he has a dick. Now, you can cut it off and call yourself a woman if you won't. It's a dick. Period. And I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down from that, and I don't care what you say. Call me what you want. I've been called worse. Trust me when I say that. But yeah, Chaz sent me this. That a man, a transgendered black man, looked like beat up and was fighting a woman who was pregnant with a baby, a real woman. Look at the guy. Said, Rev, look at the guy from Philly who didn't show up for court and is gone with the million. Yeah, I know. That dude too, man. There's another one that didn't show, right? It didn't show up for court and took off. Can't have that. So here's the deal. Let's do this here, and I'm going to knock this out. Watch this here real quick. Let's do this here. And then I'm gonna leave you guys alone. Oh, tomorrow I will be with Don Allen. We're going to do the 11 o'clock show on tomorrow. So if you're not doing it, 9:30 show. Dude asked me a question. He said, why do Democrats think black voters will go along with them no matter how twisted and diverted they are? He said, at what point will the black Christian community stand up against? Okay, so here we go. Which it is a good question. Do not get me wrong. That's a good question. But I also want you to add to, I want to ask you a question. See, I've been to Ridgely, West Virginia. I have been to Welch, West Virginia. I have been to Cumberland, Maryland. I have been into many places in Kentucky. One of the poorest places, you can look this up, look it up yourself, is a place in Kentucky called Bettsville. Beattyvill. I want you to look that up. And I also want you to look up Boonesville, Kentucky. Number 1 and number 2 for welfare recipients, for SNAP benefits and all of that. I want you to look those two places up. I also want you to look up West Virginia, McDowell County. I also want you to look up Kimball, West Virginia. Write them down, and I want you to look it up for yourself. Like I said, everything that I ever tell you, I'm going to give you something to do with it, so you don't sit there and go, well, he don't really know what he's talking about. The places that I gave you, it's pretty much 99.9% white folks. The places I gave you are the highest number in Kentucky and in West Virginia of SNAP recipients. The numbers and the names that I gave you are pretty much white folks. What I gave you are people who vote Republican. I say that to say this. Why do white folks vote against their own interests? Why? The poorest counties, the poorest places you can go, they vote Republicans. It's funny, we never asked that question. I never see that question out on the internet. But people always go, well, why do black people vote for the Democrats? Well, why do white people vote for Republicans when there is the poorest of the poor? Knowing Republicans don't give a damn about poor people. Because, no. If Republicans cared about poor people, all of the homeless people who are downtown right now, all of the homeless people that the city council are trying to make sure that they got a place to park, a lot of those poor people, you know where they come from? Republican districts. But if one of those poor people was to sleep in their car in a Republican district, they'll boot them out. If one of those poor people put up a tent in one of these here Republican districts, they'll kick them out. When they didn't do the food shelves, watch this. When the Republican districts didn't have food for the food shelves, you know what they did? The people in the red districts, yes, they did, came down to the blue districts. That's when they told those people, they was like, let's see. No. They was like, we want to see your ID to see if you live in this district. Remember when Alpha News tried to put it out like, oh, look, they're not giving these white people food. That wasn't what it was. These white people was coming from red districts because the red districts, their food shelves wasn't stocked. So the red district people came to the blue district, and the blue district was like, oh, wait a minute. We ain't got enough for everybody, especially when your red districts don't do anything to help. Oh, yeah, that happened. That happened. Yeah, and that's why I tell y'all act like the Republican Party do so damn much here in this state, and they don't. Half of the time, the Republican, look at what they do. No, seriously. Let's look at what the Republican Party do. They spend all of their time fighting back all the stuff that the Democrats want to put out there. Instead of getting ahead of them and going, no, we're going to do this. We're going to make sure this happens. We're going to put these things in places. They're so busy fighting the Democrats that there's nothing. Name a bill. Name something. No. Name me something. Name me something. That Eric Lassaro up in Elk River. That's a pretty big district, correct? Name a bill. Name me something that Eric has done for this state. Eric Lassaro. Representative Eric, name me something he's done other than walk around the damn Capitol showing off his gun. Name something he's done. That's what I thought. They don't do anything, people. So people ask that question. Why black people always voting for the Democrats? It's simple, man. It's simple. With everything that's going on here in the state of Minnesota, show me one time that the Republican Party has said, we give a damn. You know what? We're going to stop and we're going to open our eyes. We're going to come in and we're going to help maybe get jobs close to Minneapolis for these single moms, for some of these kids. We're going to come in and we're going to try to put together maybe something to help some of this here killing that's going on. We're gonna come in and we're gonna help some of these people that's on SNAP, and maybe we can put together something to get some of these moms some type of care and help and things of that sort. We're gonna get together with the black churches and find out the needs. When is the last time you heard of a Republican coming into the black community and going, I want to find out what I want to learn? I may not could do something, but I would just like to learn. Why would I vote for the Republican Party that don't want to have nothing to do with me. Nothing. You got a president right now that's doing every damn thing he can do. 300,000 black women lost their job. Almost 500,000 black men are pretty much out of work. Black unemployment about to skyrocket under Donald Trump. Donald Trump took all of this money from the HBCUs. Donald Trump has turned around and said, you know what? We don't want no black history nowhere. We're going to take them off ships. We're going to take them off bases. We're going to do everything we possibly can do. DEI really had nothing to do with black folks. White women were the recipients, the top recipient for DEI. But Donald Trump and everybody else pointed the finger at black folks. When every time you turn around, the Republican Party, Ronald Reagan, what did he do? Welfare queen. He pointed the finger at black folks. Then he turned around and flooded our community with drugs. Richard Nixon swore up and down it was black folks' problem with the drugs and the heroin and all of that there. And they turned it into that there. The 83 crime bill that Ronald Reagan was the start of the 94 crime bill. But people don't want to talk about that. I lived through that. I lived through the crack era. Daddy Bush, Willie Horton ad, the most racist ad that you could ever politically put out there. One of the most racist ads that you could ever put out there. Willie Horton. That came from a Republican. So don't sit here and act like you don't know why black folks don't vote for the Republican Party, why they stick with the Democrats. At least the Democrats, yeah, are they racist? All of them are. We can sit here all day. Well, the KKK was built off of the Democratic Party. Those was white folks. What about the Lily White Party? Y'all forget about that party, right? You forget about the Republicans and the Lily White Party, right? Guess what the Lily White Party did? They was down in the South. They did the same thing. They may not have made the Klan, but they rode with the Klan. Y'all forget about that stuff. I don't. Because I do the research. The Redcoats. Remember them? Hello? Those are Republicans who hated black folks. So when people ask that question, I sit there and go, what world are you living in? Do we just throw things out there or what? Our best chance, even though I don't like them, our best chance is Democrats. Our best chance. Even though Democrats, when's the last time you seen a bill put together that's gonna open up doors for black community that the Republicans here in Minnesota put together? When's the last time that you see the Republicans say, well, we want to fund, we got $5,000, $500 million. And what we're going to do as Republicans is we're going to fund certain nonprofits. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure those nonprofits are doing their job in the black community. See, the Democrats, what they do is they just throw money anywhere. Black folks say we need money. They just throw it anywhere. They don't care if it gets used. Because, see, now the Democrats can run around and pat themselves on the back and go, look at what we did for the Negroes. When is the last time that the Republicans said that? You know what? Let's help them out. Let's get for the boys club. Let's get for some small business that hire these black kids. You ain't never heard the Republicans doing nothing for black folks. Ever. Have you? So when you ask me that question, you need to stop for 5 seconds and ask yourself, what have the Republicans really ever done for black folks? They can't. You know why? Because their base would bitch and moan. Here in Minnesota, the Republican base would have a flying fit. They would lose their damn mind. They would flip out so bad that the Republicans would never win anything here in the state of Minnesota. And that's why the Republicans can't and won't deal with the black community. It's not that they, no, this is what I've been told. Period, point blank. The reason the Republican Party in the state of Minnesota does not deal with the black community is because of their base. Period. They are afraid. The Republicans are afraid to do anything with black folks here in the state of Minnesota because of their base. You let a Republican talking about doing something in the black community, their base will have a fit. They will lose their damn mind. Oh, why do it always have to be just about the blacks? Don't they have everything? You know as well as I do, that's exactly what they would be saying. So let's not sit here and act like that I'm saying something new. Hell, half and nothing can come on, like I said, DEI. Swore up and down. Oh, DEI, black folks are getting this and black folks are getting that. Come to find out, it's all white women. Black folks really wasn't getting nothing. But you put it on us. And y'all rode with it. And you believed it. And your white Republicans swore up and down, well, it's all about woke. And you didn't even know what woke mean. You have no clue. But they convinced you like they always convince you when it comes to black folks. Just like that CRT crap. When y'all ran around here with that crap. Where is it now? I haven't heard not one white Minnesota say one thing about CRT. Why? You had a black man and this goofy-ass black woman running around here talking about CRT. And y'all believed it. And you got on the boat and they was on the airwaves to make you believe this crap. And I kept telling you, and here's another reason why they got me off the airwaves. Because I called y'all out as liars. Because I went to the schools that y'all told me to go to with this CRT crap. And he was like, oh, we got to get this Negro off these white airwaves. He's messing it up for everybody. Because I was telling you the truth. Name me a school where CRT was being taught. The college course of CRT. Nobody could. Nobody. And the places that I went. And then when I sat down with my friends from Anoka High School, from Coon Rapids Middle School, correct? When I sat down with my friends, 3 of them, and talked to them about, and they went, Rev, that it's not true. We don't teach. And I told y'all about it. That's when everybody got mad at me. No, that's exactly what happened. Y'all let a black man and this black woman run around here scaring you white folks with this CRT crap, and it wasn't true. Because if it was true, guess what? You would be fighting it to right now. Right now we will be talking about it. Right now we will be going over. Oh yeah, and the litter boxes. That's another thing. This is the reason why the Republican Party don't win in the state of Minnesota. Because they're ignorant. They are ignorant. Listen to what I just said. Litter boxes in schools. I haven't heard. When is the last time you heard anything about a litter box, Chaz? I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard nothing about a damn litter box. But your Republican people, your people who is running for office and your legislators was litter box this and litter box that. Because they know they can get you. They said, let's go over here and deal with our ignorant base. Period. And y'all believed it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Every one of you believed that crap. You believed it. You know why? Because I fought you for weeks and months on it. I fought you. I even had one website that you guys love so mad at me, she told everybody to stop following me. I got her so pissed at me because I kept asking her, where do you want me to go? And she couldn't tell me nothing. And she put out this hit on me for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks she came after me. So that's why I tell people, if you don't want the truth, I'm not for you. I'm not the person you need to hang out with. I'm not the person you need to come check on, see what I'm saying or what I'm posting and things of that sort. If you don't want the truth, that's fine. Nothing I can do about that. I'm not forcing you to hear the truth. I'm not forcing you to believe in the truth. Like I said, at the end of the day. But the bottom line, when people ask that question, talking about why do black people vote, give me a reason why, even with the crap, like I said, I left the Democratic Party because my views and my beliefs and where I am today and where I'm going with the God that I believe in just do not align with the Democratic Party. They just don't. But I understand why a lot of black people stay over with the Democrats, because we feel we have a better chance of being represented. Because let's look at the situation here in Minnesota now. How many black representatives do we have at the Capitol right now? How many black people are up there? 0. That's a Republican. 0. Now I know what you're gonna say, but I know. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say 2. That's not true. 0. And you say, well, why don't you count them, Rev? Because they don't represent black people. You understand? Yeah, they could be my color or a little tanner than me, but they don't represent black people. So there's 0 black representation on the Republican side, either in the House or in the Senate. There's 0. But if I look at the Democrats and ask the question, how many black representation either in the House or in the Senate do we have? There's a black man who is the president of the Senate, correct? Now, I'm just hoping y'all following me and understanding what I'm saying. I'm more represented on the Democratic side than I am on the Republican side here in the state of Minnesota. Right? The Republicans don't put 0 time into the black community. They put 0 time into black folks. So why should I vote for them? Name me one reason why I should vote for a Democrat for a Republican here in the state of Minnesota. Again, yeah, you look at the Democrat, they are demonic. They are demonic. They are demonic. They are. And what a lot of people don't understand and don't realize is the Democrat, some people in the Democratic Party, it's easy. See, we forgot. We don't read our Bibles enough to honestly understand it. There are people who are possessed. When Jesus went to the other side, what did he run into? He ran into a demon-filled man. There are people on the Democratic Party who are possessed, who are demons. I'm just saying, I know you sit there and go, well, Rev has lost his mind. No, I have not lost my mind, because for you to believe some of the things that you believe, there's no other word for it. I know people like to call it crazy because they don't understand being somebody who is full of demons. People like to call them, say, "Oh, they're idiots and they're this." No, they're not. They're very smart. Satan is a very smart man. He can manipulate anything. And the people that he is taught are very, very smart. I don't look at these people and go, they're stupid. No, they're not. I mean, these people are well versed enough to where they believe in their hearts that they could write bills to have steam houses and sex houses so men can go screw each other. That's not a stupid person. That's a smart person. That's a smart, demon-filled person. Period. Y'all can say what you want. Seriously, you can. They can say what you want. And there was a time, there was a time that I ran with, I know Satan so well. When Satan told me that I need to go get God. So back to what we was talking about. So when you ask that question, why do black folks vote for Democrats, even though Democrats are who they are, what they believe, even though black folks are more conservative than what anybody ever think that we are, even though the black church is afraid, and that's what the problem is. The black church is afraid to speak out on a lot of the things that the Democrats believe in. We don't believe in that stuff. If that's the deal, you know what I would like? Watch this here. I think any Steve that gets married here in the state of Minnesota, this is what you should do. I'm going to show you. I can prove to you that the black church do not believe in a lot of things that the Democrats say. Anybody who knows Steve get married, I want you to go to a black church, and I want you to ask to use the church, and I want you to ask that pastor to marry you. I can show you. Do it. See what happened. Do it. See what happened. These black churches don't want to speak out on this stuff. They gonna keep their mouth shut, because if they do speak out on it, then guess what? Their money dry up. So that's why the black church don't want to say nothing. That's why you don't hear black pastors talking about this. You don't hear them saying, preaching from the pulpit who Eve really is, what she is, that she's the mother of everybody. You don't hear that from black pastors. You don't hear black pastors talking about Nineveh. You don't hear black pastors talking about Sodom. You don't hear black pastors talking about Gomorrah. You don't hear them talking about that stuff. You don't hear them talking about marriage. You don't, do you? No. Because they know if they do, they got to take the raft of the Democratic Party. So if you know somebody that's going to get married, I want you to go to a black church, and I need you to ask them to use their church, and you want that pastor to marry him. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. It's not the point that black pastors don't want to talk about it. It's the point that black pastors are afraid to say anything. So that's why you don't ever hear them saying anything. Name a black pastor you heard and spoke out. But watch this. But they don't believe in it. They don't believe. So they decided, we're just going to shut up. We're not going to say anything. We're not going to ruffle any feathers or nothing. Right? And y'all ain't heard nothing, correct? Those are facts, people. That's the truth. Anyway, hey, I'm done. I appreciate y'all. Hey, if you're not doing anything tomorrow, come hang out with us with Don Allen's show, Black News. We talk about pretty much everything that's going on here in the state of Minnesota, whether it's black, white, but we just call it Black News because it's a bunch of black men telling you the news. So, but we usually talk mainly a lot of things that goes on in St. Paul and Minneapolis and things of that sort. We're looking for a hookup. I'm gonna talk to Don and see if we can find somebody that's in St. Cloud. If we can find somebody to come on with us that's in Duluth or in Rochester, because I really want those people. Because I really want those people. I really want someone to start telling you guys the truth so you guys can understand what is actually going on. Because the problem is y'all don't really know. You hear about things, but you don't really know what's going on. You don't really hear about the things that's really happening in, at, and around you. You don't. But anyway, I'm going to get off this here thing. Who did I get a call? Who's that? If you have some time after you're off air, give me a call. Yeah, you know what? I got a few minutes. The grandkids are over, so I'll scream it. I'll give you a buzz as soon as I'm done, bro. I got about 15, 20 minutes. We're getting the slushy machine going. So soon as Papa gets upstairs, we get the slushy machine starts. So I got a few minutes to hang out with you for a minute. But anyway, fam, I'm off of here. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one. And always remember, the God that we serve is a mighty, awesome God. And like I told you before, people, listen, if you just got on here, what I need you to do is go read Jonah and understand what he is telling us about Nineveh, and understand how today, right as I sit here and speak with you, we are seeing Nineveh play out today. And you need to understand why he sent Jonah to Nineveh. What did Jonah go down there for? Why was Jonah so afraid? Watch this here. So the first time God told Jonah, I need you to go down to Nineveh, right? What did Jonah say? Jonah was like, I'm not going down there. Them people are crazy. They ain't got no damn sense. Them people gonna kill me. He said, man, on the roadway to Nineveh, they got a road leading into their place where they got heads, people that they murdered and killed, and they stuck their heads on spears on the outside of the road. Jonah's like, man, I ain't going, bro. I know you, God. I know you all of that in a bag of chips. Jonah's like, nah, man, I'm out. Peace. Jonah goes down, jumps on a ship, right? Trying to get away from God. That's us, right? That's a lot of us. When God wants you to do something, when God wants you to speak out, we sit there and go, oh my God, they're going to call me homophobic, or they're going to call me names, or they're going to call me this. I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to shut my mouth. I'm going to go get on that same boat Jonah got on. I'm going to pay my way onto that boat, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom so nobody know. Sorry. Not me. I'm running off at the mouth. But read Jonah and understand why Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh the first time. And then when he did go to Nineveh, and he did talk to the people, understand that. Understand. The people in Nineveh was shooting and killing each other. The people in Nineveh was buying drugs at an open air. When people in Nineveh was getting drug paraphernalia for free and leaving drug paraphernalia all over everywhere. When people of Nineveh was sitting there having to step over people laying in the streets and using a bathroom in the streets. When people of Nineveh was sitting there going, there's nothing going on. I mean, other people was fleeing the city of Nineveh, and it was going downhill. And the king down there was letting people do whatever they want, be whoever they want. They had sex clubs and everything that was going on down there. That was happening in Nineveh, people. That's exactly what was going on. The city council of Nineveh at the time was full of Nimrods, idiots. And that council was doing everything bad for the city. They didn't have a police force. People was getting murdered and killed in Nineveh. Had been stuck on spears on the outside. That's exactly what was going on, people. And Jonah went down. Somebody had to go, man, or it got worse. Anyway, y'all have a good one. If you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, if you get up or catch the late time of it, like I said, I'll be on with Don Allen, so we'll be running off at the mouth. But y'all have a good night. We'll talk to you guys later. Like I said, always remember God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. No matter what you do, how you do it, when you do it, you got a God that will bring you through it. Y'all have a good night. Always remember also, keep a smile on your face. And you know what we do with those smiles? We take them out and we smile at somebody. So somebody smile back at you. Y'all have a good night. Peace, fam. I'm out.